Gambling destroyed almost everything in my life. My finances, my mental health, my confidence. I didn't just lose money, I lost myself. But today, I want to share something different. Not just how I fell, but how I rebuilt, piece by piece. I hit a point where I was so deep in the hole, I stopped checking my bank account altogether. Debt collectors, sleepless nights, lying to people I loved. I felt like I'd failed at life. The worst part wasn't the money, it was the shame, the feeling that I didn't deserve another chance. One night, I stared at my reflection and asked, "Is this it? Is this who you are now?" And for the first time, instead of gambling to escape, I sat with the pain. That was the night I decided to try. Not to win back money, but to win back me. I had to face the numbers, and honestly, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Sitting down with a pile of bills and statements, seeing the reality of my financial situation laid out in black and white, it sucked. There was no hiding from it anymore. But as painful as it was, that moment actually freed me. It was the first step toward taking back control of my life. Here's what I did. I wrote down every single debt I owed, no matter how small or embarrassing. I called my bank and asked them to block all gambling transactions on my accounts, so I couldn't slip up even if I was tempted. I switched to using only cash for my daily spending, which made me much more aware of where my money was going. I set up automatic transfers to my savings account, even if it was just $5 a week at first. It didn't seem like much, but every dollar I managed to save, no matter how small, reminded me that I was making progress. Each step, each small victory helped me rebuild my confidence and take control again. Financial recovery was one part, emotional recovery was the real work. I started therapy, I joined online recovery forums. I journaled like my life depended on it. I had to face the reasons I gambled in the first place: shame, fear, stress, and learn to sit with them without escaping into a bet. The biggest thing gambling stole from me wasn't just money or time, it was my sense of self. I lost touch with who I was, my values, and what truly mattered to me. Without the constant rush of chasing the next win, I felt empty, almost like a stranger in my own skin. I didn't know who I was without the high, and that realization was both terrifying and liberating. What helped me start to rebuild? I began by rediscovering old interests that I'd abandoned: writing, playing music, and spending time in nature. These activities slowly reminded me of the person I used to be, and the person I could become again. Volunteering was another turning point. Helping others gave me a sense of purpose and reminded me that I still had value, even if I wasn't winning big. I learned to appreciate the slow, steady wins in life, like waking up clear-headed, being present for my friends and family, and saving money consistently. I stopped chasing jackpots and started focusing on building a life I didn't need to escape from. Every day I'm learning that my identity is about so much more than my past mistakes. I'm not rich, I'm not perfect, but I'm free. I wake up with peace in my mind instead of panic. I show up for my family. I'm rebuilding trust one honest day at a time. Recovery isn't just about not gambling, it's about rebuilding your whole self with patience, compassion, and consistency. If gambling has wrecked your life, please hear this. There is still hope, and it is not too late to turn things around. No matter how deep you feel you've fallen, or how many times you've tried to quit before, you are not broken beyond repair. You are not alone in this struggle, and you don't have to face it by yourself. Rebuilding your life is possible step by step, and it starts with a single decision. At BetFree, we offer more than just advice. We provide real, practical tools, share honest stories from people who have been where you are, and give you weekly support from someone who truly understands what you're going through. Every week, you'll find encouragement, strategies, and a community that cares. Subscribe to BetFree and take that first step toward a better future. Your comeback begins with one simple choice. Don't gamble today. That's how my journey to recovery started, and it can be the start of yours too.